Ladies and gentlemen, if I could just have your attention for a moment or two, let me say that on my clock, I have 2 o'clock and 07 seconds. That can only mean one thing, that it is time for the KCOU 88.1 showtime of the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so glad to be back after a little bit of about a month or so being off the air, what with the holidays and such. And man, oh man, I am very excited for tonight's show. Very excited indeed. We are going to be talking about a lot of very exciting and ravishing subjects, ranging from Thanksgiving to Christmas to a little bit of everything in between that we can think of for this next hour. So go ahead and join me, your host, Cowboy Rivers, on this hour of effort, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, we're going to be playing some music here and there, but before that, I just want to drop you all a little bit of knowledge that I believe has been kind of a popular question among listeners of the KCOU 88.1 Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort show. And that question is, how on earth do we request songs for your show? And this has been a very popular question. A lot of people have been asking this ever since the show started. And at first, we only made song requests available to bronze level members and above who were donors for the Hour of Effort. But due to popular demand and lack of any memberships whatsoever, we decided to release this information to every single listener, regardless of level of donorship, because we just want to make sure that our listeners are having the best experience that they can. And on the Hour of Effort, we believe we can do that. Now, these are very specific instructions, so if you do ever have the desire for listening to a song request or anything like that, this is the only time you can hear it. So believe me when I say grab a pen and pencil if you want to listen to some of your own music. Now, what you're going to want to first do is you're going to want to send this to cowboy@kcou.rivers. Yes, you will want to send that your song request to that address. And that's not an email address. You're going to actually want to put that address on the envelope. You're going to be able to expect about 2 to 9 weeks for the following up confirmation letter about your song request. And you're going to want to write the title and the artist of the song on an orange Post-it note. Now, this is very important, an orange Post-it note. It cannot be any other color because we have our own filtration system here at the KCOU mailroom, and it only responds to the color orange. Anyway, you're going to want to put that orange Post-it note inside of the envelope and just give it to your local Pony Express officer, and you'll be hearing from us right back soon, if you know what I'm saying. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it has been about a month since I've been on this radio show, but that means it's been about a month since anybody's played some good quality music on this radio station. Oh, I'm just kidding, obviously, but let us not wait any longer. Let's get to the tunes. First off, we're starting with Submarine by Silicon on KCOU 88.1. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Something, Dust Bunnies by Kurt Vile. Yes, that was what the song was. I swear I am being professional here. After all, this is the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort, only on KCOU 88.1. And I have to give my best effort for this great show that I am very grateful to have. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to KCOU 88.1. KCOU, home to such childhood hits like A Switch from the Backyard and Father's Belt. Now, before we get back to the music, I figured I'd talk to you all a little bit about something that's upcoming and very exciting, and that would be, of course, the holiday season. And personally, I'm going to focus on Christmas. That might sound a little biased towards one type of religious affiliation or another, but I swear, from the goodness of my heart, I am only choosing Christmas because that is when I get the most presents, I swear. No other reason for it. Now, because Christmas is coming up, the true suburban symbol of the holiday that is just synonymous with it is decoration. And decoration happens both indoors and outdoors as far as Christmas goes. So I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about what you can do to kind of spice up your house, either your indoors, your outdoors, and what to do if you're on a bit of a college budget like many of my listeners are. Now, outside, there's a lot to choose from because, you got things like Christmas lights and inflatables and pop-up Santas, and honestly, I don't give a shit about most of that stuff. I'm just going to talk about the lights, because the lights is where the hard work shows off. Lights are pretty, lights are fantastic, lights are colorful, but there are quite a few problems that can occur with lights, so let me give you a few quick tips on what to do with some of those. Now, the main problem people have with Christmas lights is that when one goes out, the whole strand seems to go out, and one solution to this is a bit monotonous, but you could individually check each light bulb to see which one has gone out. Or you could do like Cowboy Rivers says and toss that strand in the garbage. It's not going to help you ever again. Go to the store and buy a new one, because that shit is unacceptable. Now, another problem that seems to happen a lot with the Christmas lights that you hang outside of your house is that the fuses that are in the strands seem to go out while the lights are in storage over the year. And these fuses are very difficult to replace on the plugs. So you could bloody up your hand and make your strand all red and festive because of the glass fuses, or you could throw that strand in the trash and buy yourself a new one, because I'm not putting up with that shit again. No. I am going to only buy Christmas lights that work. If mine don't work come next December, I am done with them. Now, and one more problem that seems to happen a lot with Christmas lights is that they seem to get tangled up quite a bit as far as being in storage goes. Now, you could be productive and plan ahead and organize them when you take them down, but usually by the time you take down the lights, you're so damn tired of the cold and the holiday and all the bullshit that comes with Christmas that you just want to get them out of there. So if you find a strand that's tangled up, fuck it, throw it in the trash. You don't need that shit in your life. You deserve better. Buy yourself some new lights. Go ahead and drop as much money on lights, because fuck giving money for Christmas gifts. Money only deserves to be shown on the house in the form of a string of red, blue, green, and orange, and sometimes white lights. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my parents in St. Louis. The lights on your house are looking sexy as hell. Kudos to whoever put them up. I applaud their hard work, because the lights on your house, Mom and Dad, they are looking delicious. Now, I've talked a lot about outdoor lights, but there's still the indoor decorations. And being in college, money is very tight, and you can still decorate your house according to the season on a budget. Now, the spirit of Christmas is necessary. Without it, old St. Nick couldn't come breathe new life into our lungs while we sleep Christmas Eve. So, my suggestion is put up a Christmas tree, even if you don't really have one. The best makeshift thing you can do with making a Christmas tree on a budget is simply buy yourself a small one and decorate it with as many ornaments as you can afford. But if that's still outside of your budget, there are alternate solutions. The main one, my personal favorite, is find yourself a lamp and put a green t-shirt over it, tie some toilet paper around it to be like fake snow on the tree, and then put an empty pill bottle on top of it to act as an angel, because that is the true meaning of Christmas right there. And if that's still too expensive, just start a fire underneath an upside-down laundry basket. It's pretty much the same. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that has been quite a few tips on what to do for decorating around the holidays, but we do have some music to get back to, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get to the music. This is That Battle Is Over by Jenny Havel on KCOU 88.1. Okay, that was No Cars Go by Arcade Fire. Man, I do love that band. Just a swell group of individuals. I loved seeing them in concert about a year ago or so, and They do know what they're doing as far as the music scene goes, I must say. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to KCOU 88.1, and this is the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort, and I am your host, Cowboy Rivers. Now, we just talked about Christmas, but we're going to continue on with our subject of holidays, and this time we're going to step back to reflect about our most recent holiday that just happened, which was, of course, Thanksgiving. That was last Thursday, and I believe everybody was relieved to have a bit of a break, but I do have a little bit of good news, bad news type of deal going on. Now, the good news is that you are all about to be enlightened about some facts and viewpoints that you might not have been able to see about the world before. However, the bad news is that I might be ruining your favorite holiday in doing so, because Thanksgiving sucks. Thanksgiving objectively sucks. This is not an opinion. There are facts. There are figures. There is evidence pointing objectively that Thanksgiving is a flawed holiday. Please stick with me. Do not tune away from 88.1. Allow me to explain this data, which I have collected over my years of research on this subject, because I do believe that Thanksgiving is an awful holiday, but I believe that you can all see it as well. Now, let's just get started with a couple of the reasons. The first reason why Thanksgiving is a flawed idea, a flawed date, is just it's a holiday that revolves around food. And if that doesn't say something about our gluttonous values as a country, it also has to be around turkey. Turkey, which is the driest meat of all the meats available. Out of all the meats they could have chosen, from chicken to beef to ham to and so on and so forth, this country decided to have turkey be the food that we're going to celebrate an entire day with. The driest meat in the world. I cannot stand turkey. And you get to have it for lunch, and you get to have it for dinner, and then you get to have it every day for the next week until you finally just swallow your pride and throw away the leftovers of a turkey that cost you more than $30. That is a fact, and you all are afraid to admit it. But it's okay, because it's not just the fact that it's a turkey, but if you're a bad cook or not as well of a cook as you wish you could be, just prepared to get ostracized by your neighbors or your friends or your families. All of your loved ones who any other day of the year would be there by your side are going to be upset with your shortcomings when you cannot cook some casserole or some of this or some of that to their pleasing. Now, it's a very selfish holiday, Thanksgiving is. The second reason why Thanksgiving is flawed is because it is also a quote-unquote day of family, which just shows how much we really hate our loved ones. Unfortunately, the case for many individuals is that they drive hours across the country, whether it be 2, 4, 10, 12. They will drive thousands of miles or fly just to get surrounded by yelling for a day or two. All people want on Thanksgiving is alcohol, wine, and painkillers. It is a fact. You know it to be true. It just rubs salt into the wound of this nation's crippling family values and so on and so forth and all that bullshit that doesn't matter, but it sounds nice. The third reason why Thanksgiving isn't too sweet of a holiday is because of this history of it. How it celebrates the history of this nation. It's a load of bull crap, unfortunately. First off, we already have July 4th to celebrate, when our forefathers signed that Declaration of Independence, declaring us a free nation and so on. But Thanksgiving just celebrates the day that a couple people kind of found their way over to this side of the world and decided to set up camp for a couple hundred years. We're celebrating the British throwing out a bunch of immigrants at land that was pretty much uninhabitable at first. And we don't want to sugarcoat this fact in bomb pops and make it sound like this was some fantastic, heartless action. Because really, it was just unnecessary, unfortunately. Now, I am proud to be in this country, as it does give me the ability to speak on this radio show, but we do have to face these facts that history isn't too good, and celebrating Thanksgiving is just rough. Another reason why Thanksgiving is flawed, stick with me, we're almost there, is that every single store is closed on Thanksgiving. Every single one. You want batteries for your TV remote? Too bad, dipshit. You're going to have to go to the gas station that's run for some reason on Thanksgiving because every single grocer, retail, or alcohol store is closed. They're at least closed until our next reason, Black Friday starts, which apparently is about to start. It starts earlier and earlier, so pretty soon it's going to be starting on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Black Friday is just mind-bogglingly stupid. Who thought it'd be a good idea? Somebody must have seen Escape from New York and thought, hey, that's a good way to sell our products. This is a holiday that celebrates the innermost demons of man. It celebrates man's id, their desire for violence and greed and all that shit that we try to hide away, and Black Friday is a result of Thanksgiving. Now, the reason I'm going on this offensive in a way to tell you all about the flaws of this holiday is because we do have time to prepare for next Thanksgiving. We have 354 days to get this shit right. So, unless we start doing action, I can just say Happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker, because this thing is not too good. Now, I know I went on a little bit of a rant there, and I don't usually do that on the Hour of Effort, but I swear it's all going to be worth it for some lovely, lovely music. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. We're going to continue on with this show on KCOU 88.1.
This is Ryan from Portugal the Man, and you're listening to KCOU 88.1.
Thank you for that, Mr. Man from Portugal the Man. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to KCOU 88.1, and this is the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort. Now on my clock, I have 2:59 and 05 seconds, but we just got off of a month-long hiatus, so I think we can extend this show for just a little bit longer than originally scheduled, if you know what I mean. Now, before we get back to the music, I want to talk about something that I believe is very important, a very underrated subject, and that is necklaces on men. Yes, necklaces on men is a very underrated and not talked about enough topic that I figured if it's not talked about here, where is it being talked about at all? So I decided I would inform you all about the top 5 necklaces that men can wear. This is an important subject that I really cannot stress enough. After all, a good necklace can make a boy into a man into a Superman into a Batman, and a Batman into more Batmen. So let's go ahead and get started with the top 5 necklaces that men can wear. Coming in at a lousy number 5 is those little playground flower braided necklaces that you would make in elementary school because the ladies were making them. Now, these little necklaces, they're cute and everything, but they're so damn fragile and itchy that I couldn't put them as high as some of these other entries on this list. Coming in at number 4 is the glow necklace, the ones that you crack and then you put around your neck, and they even make glow bracelets now. I tell ya, this technology, I don't know if I can keep up with it. Now, this necklace is a little bit lower on the list because although neon is incredibly fun, these necklaces did have a tendency to break, at least when I used them, and once they break, that goo gets in your eyes, gets in your throat, makes you vomit, makes you not too excited about wearing necklaces, honestly. And the thing about these ones is that once someone started wearing them, everybody started copying that person. I myself, I copied quite a few people by wearing the glow necklace, but I did enjoy it for what it was, which is why it deserves that number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3 is the beach necklace. This is usually a necklace that has a tropical design that seems kind of rustic or natural, when in reality, it is dumb as hell to every single person in the world, unless you are in 6th grade. Yes, this necklace is perfect for any 6th grader because it makes you part Pacific Islander, actually. It just seems so interesting in the age of middle school that everybody will stop and pause and be like, whoa, that guy with that island necklace, he must know a thing or two. Oh, but sadly, he doesn't know anything. Coming in at number 2 is what I call the bro locket. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's a locket where you can put a picture of yourself and your best bro. No girls allowed with this one because this one is just all about manliness. However, you can substitute a picture of a bro with a picture of Fallout 4. I will allow that. And coming in at number 1 as the best necklace for a man to wear is a non-plastic lei. Oh my goodness. Non-plastic leis are so good God, are they festive. Now, if you do not wear these to the party, they are the party. These necklaces are incredible. They did deserve that number 1 spot. Now, personally, I don't give a shit about necklaces. I think necklaces are really stupid and dumb. But if I did have to choose which one to wear, I would say that the Medallion of Eternal Life is the necklace to go with. Now, this is only a single type of necklace, and it's one that I own, luckily. It was my father's until I pried it from his cold, dead grip. Shout out to Pops in heaven up there. XOXO. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get back to the music. We got a little bit of a request, and that would be Strife by Trivium. You are listening to KCOU 88.1. Okay, listeners, that was He Made a Man Out of Me by Lettuce. You are listening to the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort only on KCOU. KCOU now endorsed by Donald's Trumpets because they are the source of mindless loud noise. Now, folks, I said we'd extend this show just a little bit longer, and when I said a little bit, I did mean a little bit. I have 3:11 and so many seconds on my clock, so I figure now is as good a time as ever to call it quits for now. But we will be back for our season finale next week, and I am looking forward to that day. This has been a pretty good show, kind of shitty music if you ask me, but sometimes you gotta wade through the crap to find the gems for the next one. And you know what? I think I learned quite a bit today. Now, folks, I'm gonna leave you with one good song at least, because that is my job here at the Hour of Effort, and if I didn't do that, I couldn't really call myself Cowboy Rivers. So, as I leave, I'm going to leave you with my favorite Pink Floyd song, and that would be Wish You Were Here. Folks, we will be back next week at 2 in the morning on Saturday morning. This has been wonderful, folks. I am Cowboy Rivers. This has been the Hour of Effort, and you are listening to KCOU 88.1. You all have an excellent time. I'll see you on the other side.